Wake up, everybody, no more sleeping.
Hey, what's up, Hatters? I hope everybody is well. Welcome back to another episode of Serving Our Futures, a learning program designed to help everybody have a better understanding about how decisions are made in our intramural sports game, whether you're a spectator, whether you're a player, and most definitely our staff gets a lot more where this came from. And I'm going to take us to Ricker Field. We're going to look at flag football, several plays with a common theme across it all. Call the obvious, right? Call the elephants, ignore the mosquitoes. About 5 plays. But before I do that, shout out to everybody who played in our Season 1 sports, whether it was our 4v4 flag football league or 6v6 soccer league. I appreciate you all, players and spectators and referees. Couldn't do it with all of them. They're the ones who serve the game. They're the ones who make it happen. And I'll never be remiss to acknowledge the great work my staff has been doing to make this all possible. Let's cut to the chase. Here are your champions. Let's go. All right, you're looking at them. Zeta Tau Alpha, your women's flag football champions, MVP, Sarah Tunnell, what a ride, Captain Mia Woolens. Not where I almost had them on the brink in the semifinal, but great players made great plays, and Sarah Tunnell did one of the most spectacular intramural plays you've ever seen with her pick six. Ends up leading them past Alpha Z in the championship game. And it was something else to see. And XC Dogs also, lights, camera, action. They had 3 playoff games. All of them were very challenging. They battled Lambda Chi in the championship. It was neck and neck, but ultimately this bunch of veterans and some youth, they had a little bit of it all. They rise Ty, I believe his name, to the top. This probably was his last soccer league before he graduates. Congratulations. Again, this is the XC Dogs. Take a look at them. Get that snapshot in. I love that photo. And then the co-rec, this is where it didn't go so well for the XC Dogs. Alpha Chi and Lambda, they tag team together and they bring home the championship for their sorority. What do you think about the shirts? I like them. They seem to like them. Look at those winning smiles. And last but not least, Delta Sig football. They had the best quarterback. They had the best wide receiver. And when it comes to 4v4, right, there's 4 players on the field, and it is all about quarterback receiver play. And Cam was doing his thing all year. And defensively, they were great. Carson, one of their new members, stepped up on defense, but really, I think what you remember is that quarterback to wide receiver connection, Bronson to Cameron. It was like we just gave birth to Randy Moss. So congratulations. All right, let's get back into what this is all about, learning and getting better, whether you're a player or whether you're a staff member. Staff, you get compensated for this. Remember, okay, so what I want you to do is send me an email, and for each play that I cover, I want you to put that in your email. Then I'm going to let you know your compensation in response for watching this episode of Serving Our Futures. All right, so let's get into it. All right, there's no intent here. I'm just trying to help. No intent to want to embarrass any participants, any player, any staff member. That's not what I want to do. I want all of us to be able to learn from each other, whether you're a player or a staff. So we're going to be looking at Ian and Jay for many of these plays. You might recognize them. They do all of our championship games. They are that good, and what a gift for these 2 teams to have those 2 referees early in the season. And the theme here is called the obvious, right? We want to get the penalties that everybody sees. We're going to let that small stuff go. But there's things in the game that are going to kind of dictate our, what we're choosing to get. So here, I want you to look at the offensive lineman. He's going to he's going to initiate the contact with his shoulder, right? The guy who just shifted, watch him, boom, right there, the shoulder. That's what caused the penalty. If it's early in the game, I try to encourage the players, hey, stay legal, this or that. This isn't obvious because it doesn't affect the defender, rhythm, speed, balance, or quickness. But again, this game that doesn't have any of the context that you see. If we have a game where players are pushing and they're grabbing and they're pushing or they're tripping and they're, not playing for us, essentially, then we're going to call this a penalty every time. Because we need you to be able to adjust and start playing within the guidelines. But if you have been playing with the guidelines and this is just an isolated play, then I want us to use our voice to help that player, right? Unless it does have an impact on their opponent, right? And I don't think that's the case. All right, so this one coming up, new play. All right, it's funny how these two happen so next to each other. It's a false start that we take, and again, it's not there. It's really close. Watch the snap. Here it comes. I think it's coming any second now. Our ready to play whistle got everybody so antsy. And let's rewind this. The football and Johnny, they move at the same time. Like, to me, this is a mosquito. Let this play go. Let it go. We don't want this. We can't be consistent all game, all season by this. So maybe he's right by the letter of the law, but it's a mosquito. Let it go. What they're looking for in flag guarding is advantage and disadvantage. So you may flag guard, and it could be an obvious penalty. But if they get your flag belts anyways, I don't want there to be a penalty because you didn't gain any advantage from it. You see this? That spin, boom. Coming out of that spin's where the flag guard happens. But if you don't gain an extra yard, let it go. But if you do gain an extra yard, you gained it illegally. So it's a 10-yard penalty from the spot of when that flag guard happens. So here's another replay. You'll see it. Watch the spin. And then during that spin, he gets his flags. So I would prefer us to pick up that flag. Okay, so our rule of deflagging is based off when the clip breaks, not when they're off your hips. So it may break right there, stay on his hips for a period of time. It looks like they're still on his, they finally come off. Ian does a great job making this call. And people are yelling at him because they think he did so, he didn't get this right. But he absolutely did this right. As soon as the defender gets his hands on Bronson's hips with the flag, they break immediately. And you could tell. And then they just stay on his hips, and it makes it look like that he's still an active runner. But no, this play is dead. Good job by Ian handling this moment. Okay, back to the sit gap game. Our rule says when you shift that you need to come to a set before the snap. And when you look at this, remember, I'm preaching. Call the obvious. Let that small stuff go. Does Carter come to a set before that snap? It's close, right? If it's close, let it be. Let it be. If we're calling it all game, then darn it, I guess we have to keep calling it. But I would like this to not be called just as our referees did. All right, who's ready for some correct action? Check this out. Great play, and we take it from her. Okay, staff, so this is what I want you to learn. And I get it. We've got 14 people out there. They're running routes. They're trying to defend each other. 1 second, something's open. Another second, our look gets closed. If you're unsure, let it be. If your look becomes closed, then the look of your teammate becomes open. And on this play, we've got a back judge, we have a field judge, and we have a line judge, all with eyes on it. And then our flag comes in from the wrong referee, and it's an incorrect call. We take this from her. This is legal. There's no flag guarding here. Awesome play. I hope this helps. All right, short and sweet. Defense has to go around the blocker. That simple. If he goes 2-1 through the space, very similar to how we do in basketball, 2-1 through the space, and it affects his rhythm, speed, balance, quickness, it's penalty. Take one last look at it. We missed these. We have problems with the game. Good job, Jay. Let's go. Obvious. All right, we are going to end this episode a little spicy. We miss an obvious false start penalty. You see how the lineman right there, he's moving forward at the time of the snap. That's a penalty. And then we take an illegal contact behind the line. We'll take another look at this again. This is the same. This is just a replay. Call the obvious. We missed the obvious. And the illegal contact, I'm not sure if it's there. Right? These are the plays that hurt our credibility and our consistency. Right? And it kind of goes simple, like pick up what is happening, but be patient. Let that play develop and see if it does affect. And this is like the very next play, I believe. It's an encroachment that we get on the defense. So let's slow it down. The defense has to see he's still on his side of the cone at the time of the snap. He's legal right now. And that snap has already happened. See, we're antagonizing the game when we get these what I call mosquitoes. Get the mosquitoes out. Called the elephants. All right, that about sums up another episode of Serving Our Futures. Staff, you you know what to do to get compensated. Go ahead and send that email to me before this weekend. All right, after this weekend, I'm going to say too late. Better luck next time. And players, if you've stayed with me for this whole 10 minutes, I hope that this information helps you become a better player too. Yeah, maybe helps your communication with the referees, maybe a little less unsportsmanlike conduct penalties, maybe we're a little bit more like-minded out there and have a better understanding about how we're making decisions in this intramural sports program at this university, baby. Yeah, go Hatters!